Table 210.24 addresses branch circuit requirements. For a 20 amp circuit rating, one can indeed use 14 American wire gauge or AWG for a tap. However, specific conditions must be met for this to be compliant. The tap conductor, the 14 AWG wire in this scenario, must not exceed 10 feet in length. More importantly, the tap conductor needs to be protected by a 20 amp overcurrent device. In the scenario described, the 14 AWG wire is being used to connect a 15 amp receptacle to a 20 amp circuit. The critical issue here is whether the 14 AWG wire is properly protected by a 20 amp overcurrent protective device. Since the 14 AWG wire is directly connected to the 20 amp circuit without additional overcurrent protection specific to the 14 AWG wire, this practice is generally not permitted by the National Electrical Code, or NEC. The purpose of overcurrent protection is to protect conductors from overheating due to excessive current flow. A 20 amp overcurrent device is designed to protect 12 AWG wire, which is rated for 20 amps. However, 14 AWG wire is typically rated for 15 amps. Connecting the 14 AWG wire directly to a 20 amp circuit exposes it to potential overcurrent that it cannot safely handle. The tap rule allows for smaller conductors to be used for short distances under specific conditions, which include proper overcurrent protection. To clarify, the common misconception is that because the receptacle is rated for 15 amps, it somehow justifies using a smaller gauge wire. However, the receptacle rating does not supersede the requirement for conductor protection. The code requires that the conductors be protected at their ampacity. This means the 14 AWG wire needs to be protected at 15 amps unless the tap rule is applied correctly with its specific requirements. Therefore, the described practice of simply using a short piece of 14 AWG wire to facilitate the use of push-in connectors on the back of 15 amp receptacles on a 20 amp circuit without proper overcurrent protection for the 14 AWG wire is a violation of the electrical code. Firstly, ensure that all wiring complies with the NEC and local codes. Secondly, understand that tap rules have specific requirements, including length limitations and overcurrent protection. Thirdly, avoid practices that compromise safety and conductor protection. It's crucial to prioritize safety and adhere to established electrical codes to prevent potential hazards.